And now, quickly, I need to jump over here and make sure that it's muted. It is, in fact, muted. Very good. Pop out the chat. I should probably close the window. It's cold as shit. We seem to be having a windy, rainy storm at the moment. The worst part about the rejection emails, especially when I'm confident or optimistic about them, because I get them constantly, but the worst thing about those when I'm confident about them is then I have to tell Katie, actually, I didn't get it. It's the worst part every single time. So did you hear it? Is that snappy enough for you?
Oh, I didn't actually hear it. Did you play it?
Yeah.
No, you didn't play it.
Yes, I did.
Mm-mm.
There's no reason you should not have heard that.
I have something I want to tell you. Yes, Michael? I'm not like other guys.
Whoa. I'm just here so I won't get fined.
Have you seen anything about South by Southwest?
No.
Didn't that happen like last weekend?
Did you not hear that just now?
What? No. Did you try playing something?
Yeah, it's when it plays, it says it's sending levels out through Spike or out through Skype.
I have something I want to tell you. Yes, Michael? I'm not like other guys.
Whoa.
You seriously don't hear that?
Mm-mm.
Alright, I'm going to close Skype and call you back because no reason you shouldn't be hearing it. Weird, that's weird, ja. Scheiße. Swear to God, every single week there's some new goddamn problem for no goddamn reason. Test.
So I take it the guy that took a while.
Time did you leave for after lunch?
1:45.
Chloe just got here.
Hi, Chloe.
He says hi.
Hi. She's gonna be Twitch famous now. I don't know if you know that.
Oh,
the floating girlfriend head.
Super famous now. Yeah, he left at about 4:30.
Oh wow. Well,
I have something I want to tell you.
So you did hear that? You did hear?
I heard the one line.
I stopped it because you were talking to your girlfriend. Sorry.
Okay, no, go ahead and play it. Man, he sounds like
I have something I want to tell
like a
you.
girl.
Yes, Michael? I'm not like other guys.
Whoa. I'm just here so I won't get fined.
I think it's time to blow this thing. Get everybody's stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
There you go. Perfect. I could not be more pleased, sir.
Oh, good. Good. I love it when you're satisfied with my work. You leave me a little bit to my own devices. I usually screw up, but.
Oh, and I didn't. Shoot, I need to add Skrelly. I didn't even think about Skrelly.
Oh, Skrelly. Right, because we have that that thing about getting fined.
It's a good thing we played that in advance.
All right, Mr. Cell Phone. I'm gonna hit the little moon button, and you're not gonna buzz and irritate me in the middle of my show.
Should make a reservation for Valentine's weekend. I've been meaning to all week. No.
Ooh, should probably go back there. There it is to that. What the hell? It didn't save all the thingies. Okay, hold on just a second. I gotta add you back to the thing. There's Bill. There's Bill's pretty face. One day I will have money. I'm going to pay for the premium streaming software. Because without it, it's just cumbersome and annoying. Certain parts of it. Like the fact that it can't seem to manage to save the settings through a restart or a program closing. Because I closed Skype and it a couple of weeks ago when we did this last, someone mentioned that yeah, it's great that we can see you guys when your internet's both working. That's fantastic. But you know what's really annoying is your mouse pointer constantly hovering over Bill's face. I was like, oh.
Well, who can blame them for wanting to be able to see me?
I know, no. So I had to address that situation.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the only reason people show up.
It's
to
true.
Look at my face.
It's true. You're gorgeous, and you got all that hair and grease.
God, it's so greasy. Well, I couldn't take a shower. No, I'm just kidding. I could have taken a shower. I'm just lazy and gross.
That's okay. I actually did take a shower today. I wasn't planning on having time, but I got a little excited and okay, all right. Okay. What happened? What happened at the Oscars? I didn't even see.
Oh, just the whole outrage about them not having enough black actors or delegates on the Oscar committee, or actresses, or like the ratio of white actors and actresses and representation in movies of whites versus blacks and minorities is so lopsided it's fairly ridiculous. So that's beyond ridiculous.
Well,
But,
it's just because.
but Joseph Fiennes playing Michael Jackson blows all of that out of the water to such a degree that I still though I still think he actually looks a lot more like Michael than Idris Elba does. At least.
Joseph Fiennes. Oh yeah,
look how white he is.
He's super white.
Michael.
He's kind of effeminate though. You know, got like a
Joseph Fiennes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he looked more like Michael Jackson as Voldemort than. Wait, no, that was his brother, wasn't it?
I have no idea who was Voldemort.
It's one of the Fiennes.
What have these guys done? I don't.
Joseph Fiennes was Shakespeare in Love. That's the one
Never saw it.
that they keep bringing up.
I should probably do the responsible thing and look up his IMDb. Now, by proxy, does that make him a racist?
Joseph Fiennes?
Yeah.
Dude, I think if somebody offers you a role and you work in Hollywood, you just take the role and you let the rest of it work itself out.
Speaking of taking
you
roles,
you could make a comment on Twitter or something.
Do you want to do the Trump tweets as our list, or did you have a better idea?
Oh, that'll work. I don't remember what they are.
Awful and constantly changing.
Well, obviously.
We would I imagine the proper way to handle it would just be to sort of skim through, and when we find someone that we're interested in reading what he thinks about them.
Sure.
Because Molly Sims is a disaster. There's a very long list of insulting
Terrible
things he said about Jeb
no
Bush.
surprise, really?
Because it's have you read this? Because it's broken down by whom he's insulting.
Yeah, I've seen it, but it was several days ago.
Because the list on Jeb Bush is long as my arm.
Yeah, he's not gone easy on Jeb Bush.
Or Ted Cruz, for that matter. He's said more mean things about Ted Cruz on Twitter than he has about Hillary Clinton.
That's because Ted Cruz is his main competition. God damn it. What the fuck? What the fuck just happened? What? Oh, god damn it, that pisses me off.
What'd you do? What happened?
It's my numlock is on. Fucking, it's always on. Whenever I reboot my computer, it turns it off.
I was gonna say, I always have my numlock on. You don't use your number lock?
No, it is on. It wasn't on. I don't. Whatever it is, on or off. I don't know which one's supposed to be, but I want to use numbers, not arrows.
That means you need.
If I want to use arrows, I'll use the fucking arrows. The arrows are right next to it. I mean, they're literally right next to it. Why do I need arrows there and right next to it?
Just in case.
Fucking numlock is the stupidest fucking thing. Like, what purpose does it serve on this keyboard?
You should tweet that. I hate numlock. Numlock's a stupid concept. Fuck you, numlock.
Somebody who's probably a PC gamer would be like, well, clearly you don't understand what it's really useful for.
That's true. That's like the only thing you can really say it's good for is
I hate
is a gaming situation. But in that case, it should always be on unless the gamer turns it off. Obviously.
See this, Sean? This is my resting bitch face.
Ah, yes, which is a real thing. Exciting news broken by CNN. The resting bitch face is real. I changed my contacts today. You know, it's weird. People who wear contacts might agree with me. It takes a day to break the new ones in. Like, because you're used to how the old ones sit in your eyes. And the new ones don't quite fit properly until you sort of gooify them properly to your eyeball.
Wait, what?
Contact lenses? You wear the old ones for a while, and then when you put new ones in, they're not quite perfectly molded to your eyes. It's like a good hat. Like this hat is fit perfectly to my skull because I've worn it almost every day for the last 7 years.
Gross.
I wash it occasionally. I really like how he insults people as a whole because they know nothing. Politicians are very stupid. Brandon Dunes Golf Resort is a toy by comparison. He's only got 2 talking about Bernie Sanders.
Okay, I think I'm ready.
When's Deadpool come out? It's got to be any second now, huh?
Next weekend.
Next weekend. Are you just super pumped?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. Come on, I need one more thing. Representative Elijah.
Oh, come on, eyeballs.
Otto, seriously, go away, dude. It's like trying to climb up into my lap.
So yeah, I don't think we're gonna have Corey today. He was.
That's kind of the impression I got.
He was hoping that he'd be able to make it, but there was some sort of casting call going on at 4. Dude, he's Mr. Hollywood now.
Really?
Yeah, are you his Facebook friend? You should be his Facebook.
No,
friend.
I should though.
He's a picture. He's got a picture of himself outside of Universal Studios. He went to Quentin Tarantino's private not private, but his Quentin Tarantino's own special theater thing.
Wow.
I didn't know
That's
that.
pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. I didn't know that was a thing.
I still haven't seen Hateful Eight.
Why not? You should do that. Dude, he's insulting Tim O'Brien. Love Tim O'Brien. The things they carried? The writer. Okay. Alright. Ready to do this? Gonna make it happen? Gonna do a show. I'm all rusty and stuff. Again, being absent and ill. Bill appears to be typing. I'm going to eat a goldfish.
That's reasonable.
Pizza flavored goldfish. Audrey loves goldfish, so I've been exploring different flavors. Pizza flavored goldfish. Pretzel goldfish. Alright. 25 minutes. 30 seconds. Ready to go? Yeah? Yes?
Sure.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
I have something I want to tell you. Yes, Michael? I'm not like other guys.
Whoa. 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 I'm just here so I won't get bombed.
I think it's time to blow this thing. Get everybody the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Man, I was feeling kind of guilty about my racial jokes about Idris Elba playing the gunslinger last time we talked, and then the Oscars happened, which made me feel like even more of a dick. Then Joe Fiennes was cast as Michael Jackson, which puts it all in perspective, and somehow I feel vindicated. I'm not sure how that works. On this episode, Sean's going to tell us about his shitty week last week. Literally. Huh? Yeah? You like that? And we'll talk about the dangers of the Zika virus, the shadiness going on in the Cruz and Clinton campaigns, and I finally feel all right about my resting bitch face. Apparently it's a real thing. All this and more on this episode of Into the Third.
1, 2, ready, go. I hope you keep a picture of me in the night.
Welcome back, finally, to the End of the Third podcast, your source for news, nonsense, and entertainment in the Great Northwest. It is Friday, February 5th, 2016. It's been a rough couple of weeks in the Farrell household.
Oh yeah, that's what I heard.
That
was the impression that I was given.
You know, we were ready for a show last week, Bill. Almost ready. It pushed it off till Saturday because everyone was still sort of sickly, and I was trying to take care of everything. And then about 5 o'clock Friday night, I started having this little rumbly in my tumbly.
Well, and that was, I mean, you're not really setting it up because Kate, both other members of your household had already been through that as well, and so you thought you were in the clear.
Yeah, a few nights earlier, Audrey was up all night throwing up, and then the next day Katie had it, and she was sick all day, just puking your guts out, and then got over it about 12, 18 hours later, still, you know, and I thought I had escaped. It was 2 days earlier. I thought I'd made it, and I didn't. I spent all that night and a good portion of the next day. I don't want to be too graphic, because it's icky. But if you can imagine me sitting on the toilet bowl with a large,
I'd prefer not to.
a large metal bowl in my lap, and making violent explosive deposits in both bowls simultaneously for a better portion of the night until the next. At some point in the fever delirium, I asked Kate. I was like, "You gotta tell Bill. You gotta tell Bill." I was like, "I can't do it. I don't know if I'll make the show." You gotta tell him. And then totally had forgotten about it until the next day when you're like, "Yeah, it's all right." We'll,
I was actually when you decided you just weren't going to make it, I was already kind of.
Yeah,
I don't think I was going to be prepared to do it.
Dude, I was trying so hard, and but we're back. We're here. It's a good week. No one has mucus coming out of their face, and
speak for yourself, buddy.
Well, not at least not a prohibitive quantity of mucus coming out of their face. And vomit and the poops and the things. So we're here. It's going to be a real awesome show. And after that wonderful intro, I want to also welcome the first official new member of the Nerd Herd. Ariana Ballou was born at 6:32 this morning, and her parents will never ever listen to the show again because they'll be too busy. But I guess
who is that?
She's the one. Jason and Carla went to their. The listeners to the show went to their gender reveal, the baby shower, and all the things, and they've finally popped her out. She's healthy and happy, and this is the cutest little half Asian thing you ever saw. Because you know, babies of mixed lineage are always excruciatingly adorable when they're super young, and she's the cutest little thing ever, and happy and healthy, and well wishes to the new parents.
Indeed.
You'll never sleep again.
Well, so do we have? I hear we have a list.
I have a list. It's a bit of a list. I'm gonna go ahead and do this because it's a list. Have some list music. So we all know Donald Trump.
Well, I don't know him personally.
Personally, we know of him.
It sounds awful.
He's a very bad person, and we don't like him at all. He is social sandpaper.
Hey, speak for yourself. He's extremely entertaining.
He's he's a roaring comedy train in politics right now, and we keep expecting it to him just like I keep expecting him to just be like, I got you good suckers.
Yeah,
and just
we were just
yeah.
When he ducked out of that final debate before the caucuses, I thought maybe he was showing his true colors that he really didn't want. That was him trying to, because I've said before, I think him actually being elected as president would be his worst nightmare.
He wouldn't actually know what to do. He's
yeah, exactly.
But the folks over at New York Times, specifically The Upshot, have compiled all of Donald Trump's Twitter insults into one self-updating and scrollable list, and it's just glancing at this. I'm actually gonna change the camera so that people can join us on this list. It's categorized by who he's insulting, and some of them, like if you're reading them, let's see. Low energy individual speaking about Jeb Bush. I mean, it's not really bad stuff, right?
See, low energy individual to me would be the appropriate way to describe Ben Carson.
Yeah, I don't. Dude, Jeb Bush plays fantasy football.
I play fantasy football, and I wouldn't argue in any way, shape, or form that you have to have any energy whatsoever. I do all of my fantasy footballing from the toilet bowl.
It's a good spot to do it.
When you lose to me in fantasy football, Sean, I set that line up while I was pooping.
Yeah. Well, you know what? You only need your thumbs to play fantasy football.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't matter what you're doing with the rest of yourself. But when you scroll on through here to say something like Jeb Bush is miserable, that's not very nice. Why would you say that on Twitter in public about Bernard Goldberg? Who's Bernard Goldberg?
Bernard Goldberg.
Well,
I don't know.
anyway,
it sounds like somebody who's no. I'm not going to say that. Yeah. No,
well, anyway, he just doesn't know about winning and is quote not good.
Well, Trump's all about the losers. He's all about outing the losers because he's a winner.
But I just want to imagine.
He's huge.
Because this is sort of the theme today. Donald Trump sitting on the toilet with his cell phone with his smartphone in his hand, scrolling through Twitter, and just says, "You know who pisses me off? That Bernard Goldberg. He's not good," and tweeting about it.
Today I'm gonna go after that Bernard Goldberg guy. He pissed me off with that whatever that thing was he did. Let's see. I remember this one from about George Bush with the World Trade Center coming down during his watch 9/11. Yeah, it's like obviously that was his fault.
Katie Tur should be fired. I don't know why. She's a dishonest reporter.
Speaking of what's her name? The reporter Megyn
Kelly. Megyn Kelly.
Megyn Kelly. Where's she at?
I refuse to call.
That's got to be one of the longest ones.
No, not really. It's a good sized pair. I refuse to call Megyn Kelly a bimbo because that would be politically incorrect. Or
I thought
that would not be
that would be
politically
insulting to bimbos.
She is a lightweight reporter. He's tweeted that twice on separate occasions. Yeah. So average in every way, dopey, and highly overrated. Megyn Kelly is, quote, very bad at math. Univision, the Hispanic television network, Univision.
Probably went after him after what were those? He said some less than nice things about Mexican folks, right?
Yeah, well, if you scroll down here, there's the things that he's said specific. He's tweeted that Mexico is totally corrupt. We get the killers, drugs, and crime. They get the money. Not our friend, and quote Mexico, they're killing us.
That's a little bit off the mark. Ted Cruz, who is clearly his biggest competitor these days. Is lying on so many levels. Totally unelectable. Dishonest, deceptive. Those might be a little bit deceptive, at least. Might be a little bit accurate when we get to. You'll see what I'm talking about when we get to.
That's like calling him a politician.
Yeah, exactly. Not one senator is endorsing Canada Ted. Nah.
Candidate
I thought this would
Ted.
be more fun.
Well, I want to scroll down here because there was one that caught my eye. The debates are, quote, really dumb but record-setting. And the Fox News debate was failed, poorly rated, and the debate tonight will be a total disaster.
About Samuel L. Jackson, he said, golf swing, not athletic. I'm not sure what that means.
See that?
And not a fan.
Yeah.
Does too many TV commercials. Boring.
Macy's, a very disloyal company.
Really?
Don't shop there for Christmas. Very disloyal to me, and racial profiling.
That's probably why they had to close all those stores, because they pissed off
Donald Trump. Yeah. T-Mobile. I think the service is terrible. It's actually,
that's
actually not the best.
There's some things we can agree with. Actually,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't disagree with Donald Trump that T-Mobile has a rather poor network.
I just kind of assume, yeah. About Fox News, he said, the only network that does not even mention my very successful event last night. Also, childlessly written and taunting PR statements.
Bill Clinton
Sure. Supposed to be friends.
demonstrated a penchant for sexism.
If that's not the pot calling me.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was fun. You got any more? You got any last ones?
No.
One last one each.
Okay. One more. Let's find one more. You go first.
Oh,
Because I just closed it like an idiot.
where'd it go? I found John McCain. Oh, except I was hoping to find one about him saying that John McCain was not a war hero because war heroes don't get captured. But
Yeah, he didn't. I don't think he tweeted that, actually.
apparently he did not
just said
actually
that in
tweet it.
public.
You go ahead.
Charles Krauthammer. You know Charles Krauthammer.
Sure.
Dopey. Should be fired. Highly overrated. Charles Krauthammer, whether you agree with him or not, is one of the most well-spoken and intelligent people, I think, on TV. Oh, there was one. What's the guy? The Fox News guy, Shepard Smith, is the most harmless bumpkin on TV ever. He's just the biggest, most silliest teddy bear. He's like everyone's goofy younger brother. But he managed.
Yeah,
to...
he's one of the ones on Fox that doesn't actually piss me off.
Yeah. But Donald Trump says he should be ashamed of himself.
Yeah. Sure, of course. All right. Finally, New York Times, fairly well known as a decent news source,
And the compiler of this list.
allows dishonest writers to totally fabricate stories. Failing multiple times.
Everything
Like,
is failing.
4 times.
Losers failing.
All right. That was fun.
When is the Donald Trump thing gonna end, though? I mean, because everybody knows it's a joke.
Hopefully before the end of the primaries.
Oh my God!
So by June or July, I think the last caucuses are in.
There's
June
not
or
enough
July.
liquor in the universe for this campaign. There is not. It's just a circus. And you're going to talk to us about the Bernie Sanders Hillary Clinton thing in a second, aren't you?
Yeah, we'll get to that.
'Cause I heard about some of that. That was a bunch of stuff. Are we ready to get serious?
Sure.
We're going to get serious.
Why so serious?
So, speaking of the campaign, Senator Ted Cruz has been accused of some underhanded doings by his fellow campaigners after an email that his campaign sent out during the Iowa primaries on Monday, supposedly based off a report on CNN that Ben Carson would be suspending his campaign after the Iowa caucuses. Cruz's team sent out an email implying Carson would be quitting the campaign and to basically vote for him instead. The tweet from CNN's host Jake Tapper that started this whole thing is breaking. At Moody has learned at real Ben Carson will return to Florida following the Iowa caucuses, will not go on to either NH or SC. So that, I mean, I saw a screenshot of that, and so clearly that did run, and that's basically what they based their email on. Basically, they sent out an email saying Carson's not continuing. You should vote for me instead.
Didn't
And of course, since then, Carson has said, no, I'm still continuing my campaign. And Trump, who obviously feels like he's the one who's really wronged here, clearly,
he was.
and probably actually that's valid because he's way ahead of Carson in the polls, and so he's the one who's going to suffer. He's called out Cruz a lot more vehemently than Carson has, which is probably just because Carson's obviously stoned most of the time. Hey man, it's all good. It's all good.
I'm just gonna go do some surgeries. It's okay.
The Cruz camp, in return, said that it was an honest mistake and told Trump to quit throwing a Trumper tantrum.
Trumper tantrum.
That's the new word this week.
That's good. I like that. That's excellent. Who came up with that?
Cruz, I guess. I don't know. He's a clever
He's
guy.
Clever guy. Doesn't everybody hate Ted Cruz too? Like, isn't he just like the most successful hated person ever?
I don't know. I've heard that his college roommate really, really disliked him though.
I saw an article that was titled "Ted Cruz's success in the caucuses is proof that hated people can trick you into voting for them" or something. I don't know.
Hateful or hated?
That. Oh damn! What were the exact words? Were Ted Cruz's political success in this primary is proof that even the most hated people can be successful.
He on Monday night, as he was going in the caucus, or they were starting off the caucuses, he was blowing a duck call because one of his biggest celebrity endorsers is Phil Robertson of Duck Dynasty, right?
Yeah.
Which pretty much sums up the folks that Cruz is going after. He's going after those hardcore right wing, religious. Should I say nuts? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe religious nuts.
On
Might be appropriate.
On the fanatical side of
Sure.
of conservatism.
Speaking of religious nuts, how many coin flips do you think Clinton actually won? I mean, you heard that
it was 5 out of 6, wasn't
the Democratic caucuses were all decided by coin flips,
Yeah,
right? 'Cause
yeah.
that's what everybody's hearing.
Mm-hmm.
There's been some speculation that Clinton might have won the Iowa caucuses on Monday due to an unholy number of coin flips.
Oh.
What are the odds of Hillary Clinton winning the 6 coin flips to eke out a win over the virtual stalemate with Sanders? Well, first you multiply 6 times 6 times 6, which is clearly a reference to the mark of the beast, which, as we all know from Revelations, is a sign of the coming of Armageddon. No, just kidding. Actually, I think you just multiply the possible chance of winning any individual flip by the number of flips. So it'd be like 0.5 by 0.5 by 0.5 by 0.5 6 times, right? Which gives you 0.0156 or 1.56% chance. That's pretty impressive, right?
That's pretty impressive.
Here's the thing, though.
Uh-huh.
Of the 1,681 Democratic caucuses on Monday night, about half were using this reporting app, which allows us to actually know kind of what was going on there. 7 of those that were using this reporting app had coin flips. Sanders won 6 of those. So all the reports of Clinton winning coin flips, which put it at 6, are anecdotal stories from the other caucuses, about half, that weren't using this reporting app. Okay?
Okay.
So if she won 6 of those, plus he won the 6 that we know he won, then they actually evened out.
Yeah. Okay.
Or pretty close. Pretty close.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay.
But there does seem to be some inconsistencies in the figures reported to state party leaders and to the federal on the federal. I don't remember exactly, but there have been some questions raised about that. They're looking into it, so we may see something. But I mean, bottom line is, it's an interesting story that kind of is an anecdotal fiction in and of itself. Clinton represents the establishment, which we all know you're not supposed to trust. Sanders has based his entire campaign on a platform of running as the little guy who's always getting stepped on by the establishment. So it's kind of like
shadowboxing.
it's just mirroring the overall picture that's being painted. Pretty much kind of an impressive run for Sanders, though. Either way, I think he got 20 delegates to Clinton's 22. What's up?
I just want when has this always been the system though? When it's really close, because obviously somebody won. I mean, there was no actual tie. Like, why can't we actually count the? I mean, and instead of a coin flip, why don't we have a legitimate competition? Like, why don't they have a cook-off?
They only use the coin flip when there's been when there's a really close, that it's things are being rounded off. They're so close. You know what I mean?
Well, but why round it though? We're in a digital age where we should have it down to the exact vote. Like, there's no reason to round it up anymore.
I don't know exactly how it works, but basically, I mean, if there were 1,681 individual caucuses, each of which had, I don't know, a couple hundred of people in them at least, right?
Right.
Or thousands.
Okay.
And you only wound up with what, 13, 14 coin flips, the whole thing. Bottom line is, it would have been neck and neck regardless of the coin flips.
Yeah.
Because they didn't make that much, if any, difference.
Right.
And Sanders isn't. I mean, look, let's move ahead to let me put it this way. Let's move ahead to the Democratic debate last night, where Sanders basically said, "You know what? I don't give a shit." It was 22 delegates to 20 delegates. It would have been basically the same. I mean, on his end, the showing that he gave that night actually has inspired his campaign, has inspired voters, and actually looks like it's helping build momentum for him. Going into New Hampshire, the anecdotal evidence is that he's going to win that by pretty large margin. So maybe it was a good thing in the end. But the Democratic debate last night, basically same old. It was pretty much everything we've talked about. Sanders continuing to attack Clinton as member of the establishment, accusing her of having Wall Street in the back pocket, talking about a revolution in politics with him leading the way as the only presidential candidate who does not have a super PAC supporting him. Clinton said that she thought the way Sanders has been attacking her recently on that front is insulting, and that she's never changed a stance on anything as a result of one of her contributions, and said that between the two of them she can actually get things done, and wasn't making any promises that she couldn't keep the way he is.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of been a real quick sum up of what happened last night.
But shadowboxing.
But with Sean shadowboxing over in his little closet area. So we've heard about the Zika virus, right? That's kind of scary.
Yeah, it
declared a world international emergency by the World Health Organization.
Unlike Ebola, you don't have to get somebody's juices on you to get it. You just have to get bit by the wrong mosquito.
Right. That's scary, right?
Yeah, that's
so here's what you need to know. All right. First off, are you going to Central or South America anytime soon?
I are not.
Okay. Do you think there's any chance that you'll have sex with anybody who's been to Central or South America recently?
No.
Are you pregnant?
I are not pregnant. No.
Okay, don't worry about it.
Okay.
It's all good.
Okay.
So the number of cases of microcephaly in Brazil have reached 4,000 since October. Microcephaly is the neurodevelopment disorder linked to the Zika virus that causes the head and brain to not develop to the appropriate size. Typically results in severe intellectual impairment and seizures in newborns. There have been cases reported in 20 different countries across Central and South America. And this week we got the first report of somebody in the U.S. winding up with Zika after sleeping with somebody who was infected after they went and visited that area.
There's 3 people in Florida, aren't there? Isn't
yeah, I know. The number is increasing, but we had the very first instance of it happening just this week.
No, my brother went. My brother down there in he's just outside of St. Cloud. Went and took himself down to the local Piggly Wiggly and bought a big old jug of bug spray. Now he's considering himself safe.
So if you have been to Central America or South America recently, maybe use a condom if you're gonna have sex with somebody back here at home.
Yeah.
Just so you don't pass it along. And then the World Health Organization is suggesting that all women in Brazil or any of these countries that they should hold off on having babies because the microencephaly, that's the only real case, real issue is the effect on newborns if you're infected with Zika. Speaking of viruses, Martin Shkreli, the infamous farmer bro, the most hated man in America, spoke before a congressional hearing earlier this week. The Congressional Oversight Committee was looking into price gouging in the pharmaceutical industry. You probably heard about it, or at least saw a photo of that shit-eating smirk he constantly had on his face as he spouted Marshawn Lynch-ish responses. On the advice of my counsel, I invoke my Fifth Amendment privilege against self-incrimination and respectfully decline to answer your question. The 32-year-old former CEO of Turing Pharmaceuticals, who gained notoriety as a supervillain for jacking up the price of life-saving drug Daraprim last year by something like 5,000%. That's what he said to them every time he was questioned. Wasn't very respectful, though. At one point, he was told to basically wipe the grin off his face by Representative Elijah Cummings, who said, "People are dying." And he continued to smirk like a little shit. Wasn't very respectful and is respectfully declining. On his way out the door, before the hearing was even over, he tweeted, "Hard to accept that these imbeciles represent the people in our government. Is it wrong to hope he gets painful, slowly creeping cancer?"
I don't think it is. He's honestly, he's like one of the most unapologetic bad people ever. Like, usually people get caught doing stuff like this, and they're like, you know what, I was wrong, and throw themselves on the mercy of the court because they got caught, and there's no real getting out of it. But he's just like, fuck y'all, I don't even care. I'm just here so I won't get fined.
Yeah.
It's like unapologetic evilness.
Yeah, and it's so frustrating because this is the pharmaceutical. I mean, this is representative of what's going on in the pharmaceutical industry, jacking up drugs that you know people need, so that you can pay for quote research and development, and then going out and you're buying a $2 million Wu-Tang album. You fucking kidding me? Yeah, all sorts of terrible cancer, hopefully, for that guy.
Probably some sort of a lymphoma, probably. Something that once it gets in there, you really can't get rid of it. Lots of treatments to maybe prolong your agonizing death, but nothing really they can do about it.
Hopefully some kind of awful cancer that none of the drugs that the pharmaceutical industry is developing, even in the research stages, are capable of doing anything about.
Quite. Yeah, and you know what? That wasn't the most serious, dreadful, horrible, depressing news you've ever brought to me.
No, I thought I'd keep it light.
I appreciate it because we have to ease back into it. Maybe next week you can give me something with Boko Haram.
Boko Haram, maybe a little ISIS.
A little bit of ISIS.
Sure.
Someone
a little Daesh.
Burning to death in a fire, something.
I can do that.
And I'm holding on for just 1 second because this one's going to try and play a thing. There we go. We're good. Hey, you know what it's time for? It's time for this.
You're a daydreamer, a sass-mouth, and not infrequently a bit of a giggle puss.
Silliness. Speaking of Donald Trump and cancer, what do you got to do to get nominated?
Had you heard about this? I hadn't heard about this.
No, this was news to me when you sent it to me, and
CNN reports.
CNN is reporting
Nobel Peace Prize nominees, the Greek Island groups for welcoming Syrian refugees, an escaped ISIS sex slave who's turned into a women's rights activist, negotiators who ended 5 decades of civil war in Colombia, National Security Agency leaker Edward Snowden, and Donald Trump.
That's
right. The Republican presidential nominee and or candidate, and former reality TV show star has been nominated for the 2016 Nobel Peace Prize by a mystery patron.
I want to know who the mystery patron is.
Yeah, I don't really. I think he nominated himself.
I think he nominated himself.
You know what? I'm going to nominate myself for. Sean, I'm going to nominate you. You know what?
I'll nominate you.
And nominate you.
What did we do?
We spread joy and amusement and information
and opinions.
Yeah, and
insights.
Obviously, always correct opinions.
100% correct opinions and insights.
Irrefutable.
And gas. I spread gas usually. So you can put that there on the docket. I spread opinions and gas. You could call me a gas bag. And I'd probably be more worthy of it than Donald Trump. What the hell do you think Donald Trump really did to deserve a Nobel Peace Prize nomination? In the eyes of this person, they said that he's committed to peace through. I lost Bill. Pausing. You know, it's weird that the stream. Oh, Bill's offline. Everybody bear with us for a second while I try and get Bill back. Recording's paused. Talk amongst yourselves. He's back! He's back, everybody!
Yeah. Alright. So, something like 3, 2, 1...
Go!
The nominee, who wrote a letter, apparently said something along the lines of, his vigorous peace through strength ideology
That's right.
used as a weapon of deterrence against radical Islam, ISIS, nuclear Iran, and communist China were the reasons that he was nominating Trump for a peace prize. During his campaign, Trump has repeatedly vowed to bomb the shit out of ISIS. That's a quote. He also threatened to impose a protective tariff on trade with the Chinese. The Nobel Committee, which does not reveal the details of its decision-making process, typically offers thousands of people the opportunity to nominate notable organizations and individuals for the award, which counts among its recipients Martin Luther King Jr., the Red Cross, and in 2009, President Barack Obama.
I bet that really sticks in his craw.
In Obama's craw?
Both of them. That his Nobel Peace Prize is now the same prize that Donald Trump has been nominated for, and Donald
just
Trump.
One person who nominated Trump, and nobody's taking it seriously. Even that person is clearly full of crap.
It must be the hair, honestly, because you can't honestly believe this load of shit that says this peace through strength ideology and threat weapon of deterrence. That's like that.
Yeah,
that's
no. I mean, it's clearly nonsense. I certainly just brought it up to laugh at and not to have a serious conversation about. Clearly, it's nothing worth actually considering.
There's never been a more worthy story for the nonsense segment of our show that says Donald Trump should win a Nobel Peace Prize.
I mean, him being nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize is as much of a story as if I were to declare that I was running for president.
Dude, are you running for president?
I am, yeah, absolutely.
I'm totally voting for you.
Put it out there.
Third party candidate.
Bill 2016.
just Bill. Vote for Bill.
This is my formal declaration of my candidacy for Republican president. Actually,
Republican.
Republican.
I don't think you can do that anymore.
Oh yeah, again, I'm doing it.
I think at this point, don't you have to declare a third party
legit.
independent?
It's legitimate.
like-
I declare the campaign as having begun.
Got all the paperwork done. You're going to be in.
There's
the
still a
primaries.
whole bunch of caucuses left. There's still a whole bunch of delegates I can grab.
You should
gonna
try.
happen.
Yeah. Are there any
Count
more?
on it.
Are there any more debates for you to get into?
Yeah, I think the debates will continue until the nominees have been picked by the parties, and that won't happen until sometime over the summer.
So,
I
God, the toilet is a running theme in this show as well.
Yeah, this is great. I had to check and make sure I was.
This is real. This is a real story.
It's timely. It's timely because there has been talk about the new. This one's a kind of a Northwest story up in Washington. We've got a new law that basically says that allows for gender neutral bathrooms, basically to allow transgendered people to use the bathroom of their choice. And it's had a bunch of it's had a big negative pushback from the Republican majority. The majority of the Republicans in the Senate have been pushing back against it, or not a majority, but a bunch of them. And one of the do you know who Senator Pam Roach is?
Not by your name, no. No, you're gonna have to educate me about this one.
She is a character. Let's just say she has been kicked out of committees for being a bitch. Like literally been kicked out of committees for just being a bitch. She's been accused of harassing the.
That's the one that I know. She was removed from a task force after complaints that she had verbally abused victims of sex trafficking.
Yes. That's the one we were talking about. She also carries a gun around in her purse, by the way. Yeah. Well, if anybody. That's why I would be nervous about doing this. The Stranger is reporting that transgender rights activist TP'd State Senator Pam Roach's office, and they got a photo of a bunch of toilet paper up on her door. Senator Pam Roach last month, Lieutenant Governor removed her from a task force. Oh, here you just mentioned that removed her from a task force for verbally abusing victims of sex trafficking. On Tuesday, the transgendered activist toilet paper her office in Olympia. We wanted to follow the Republican lead of focusing on bathrooms, said Debbie Carlson, the director of LGBTQ allyship. It seems like that's a concern of theirs, she said. She's right. Ever since December, when the State Human Rights Commission explicitly protected the right of transgender people to use bathrooms consistent with their gender identity, bathrooms have become a pressing concern of the Republican Party. Basically, they're saying that it opens the door for sexual deviants to go into whichever bathroom they want, and they're going to molest your children and do all these terrible things. So.
I just wonder how they're going to enforce this law. Like if they did manage to overturn this.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, it's a law that says that allows them to use whichever bathroom they identify with. But how are you going to make sure that they're doing it right?
What do you mean?
Are you going to follow a transgendered person around who identifies himself as male or as female and make sure they use the proper bathroom?
Well, but if somebody's in a bathroom that is and sees somebody who is clearly transgendered using, like if a woman is in a bathroom using the bathroom and she sees a transgendered woman come in to use the bathroom, are you going to police or something?
Is that what has to happen? Do you have to run out of the bathroom screaming, "There's a woman in my bathroom"?
Yeah, I don't know how you would handle that. I suspect you'd handle it the same way. I guess you'd handle it the same way as if you're a woman in the restroom and a guy walked in and started using the restroom. You handle it the same way.
I'd just be like, "Hey, lady, this is wrong."
Now, due to the decision by the Human Rights Commission, basically that's okay as long as you identify with that gender.
Well, that's good. I'm glad we're spending tax dollars on this sort of a debate, because who gives a fuck? Honestly, who cares? Why is this?
Well, they like to get worked up over these kinds of things because, one of the big arguments that they constantly have is that, the sticking with the toilet theme here, that the morals in America are going down the shitter. So
That's good.
This is just
That's
another
good.
example of that.
No such thing as a bad pun. I appreciate you. Finally,
Sure.
in a groundbreaking story by CNN.
Scientific discovery. This
In-
is huge.
This is a page out of the most.
Actually, speaking of actual scientific discoveries, did
Yes.
we get the nuclear fusion thing? Did that make it into the story today?
nuclear fusion thing. No,
Yeah, they
did
actually
I?
successfully tested nuclear fusion.
No way. Why don't you grab
I'll
that
go
and
find
stick
that.
it down
In the
there
meanwhile,
and,
you talk about this new discovery. that we got here.
resting bitch face is a real thing, and according to CNN, it's really, really important. Good news, everyone! You can now wear your mildly discontented face with some validation because the phenomenon known as resting bitch face is real, and according to scientists, better yet, there's research available that can explain why some people are throwing shade. Is that a thing the kids say?
Throwing shade.
Throwing
is that what,
shade?
Is that what you said? I've never heard that before.
Because when I was younger, it was always dude, that guy keeps mean mugging me. I mean, it's just resting bitch face on it on
Sure,
you.
mean mug.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the mean mug is the male version of this, and I've been certainly accused of that throughout my life. I remember one of my sister's friends in high school being like, "Why do you always look so pissed off?" I'm like, "What?"
Just can't even help it. That's just my face.
Chloe's turning around and acknowledging that yes, I always do look like I'm pissed off.
you-
And
you-
granted, I think as I've gotten older, I am actually pissed off. But I wasn't always.
That's so
Grumpy old,
in your case, it's
angry
not.
old man now. But like when I was younger, I was fairly content.
In your case, it's not resting bitch face. It's active bitch face.
Yeah. I like this shot of Kristen Stewart though.
That is
she's definitely
some
got-
bitch face. It
what
looks like
about-
she's trying to do it though, honestly.
Yeah.
But folks like Kanye
well,
West,
among women,
Kristen
it's
Stewart,
kind of attractive, you know.
is it? Is it really?
I think it kind of is because it goes along
Does-
with like the whole like you know how you want the women that you can't have, and if they dislike you, that clearly you're not.
Does
This is just a theory that I
does-
just came up with, but I'm absolutely certain that it's true.
does Chloe have resting bitch face? Because she always seems very sweet to me.
She definitely can, yes.
that was
That's all I'll say.
very, very, very good because she's in the room with you and you don't want her to know that you think she has resting bitch face sometimes. Very good.
Yeah,
Queen Elizabeth II, apparently, resting bitch face.
really.
Uh-huh.
Well, I'm scrolling through the photos they have here. We've got Anna Paquin, we've got Christina Ricci, Anna Wintour. I don't know who that is. Oh, a successful businesswoman and editor-in-chief of American Vogue. We all know who she looks like. Anna Kendrick.
I don't know who Anna Kendrick is. Who's that?
Chris Stewart. She's an actress. Chloe, what is Anna Kendrick been in? Oh, Pitch Perfect.
Oh, that girl.
Logo right behind her head.
Yeah.
And a billion other things.
A billion other things. So there you go. You heard it. You heard it.
Beckham,
You heard it here second because first CNN
Ooh.
said it.
January Jones.
She's the one
she
from.
has
She's the
resting
one.
bitch face.
She's the one from Mad Men, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's definitely got.
Yeah,
resting bitch
she's
face.
got resting bitch face. You like
she,
that resting bitch
she has
face.
active bitch face. Too. She has constant bitch face. I think. I'm not sure she's capable of having a different face,
Indeed.
even when she's very happy.
Anybody else you want to mention for their
No, that was
Fantastic.
everybody on the little slide.
apparently
list.
excruciatingly sexy bitch face?
Yes, extremely. There's something there. I think like they don't like you. So.
Entertain Me Today is brought to you by job rejections. Because if I had a real job, there'd be no time for this bullshit. Got another one today, dude.
Well,
I
there
hate
would be
it.
time, but there would be a lot less of it.
Yeah, I hate it. dude.
We'd have like a 20-minute show.
I was wondering whether or not I would prefer to get a rejection email because they don't send letters, but a rejection email, or to just be completely ignored. Because there is a
Because if you're ignored, you still have hope.
yeah, that maybe one of them's
Right.
going to
No,
call
I get
me.
that.
But it's just so draining to open email after email that at some point in there begins the line, "We regret to inform you that piss off."
Well, at least they're nice enough. At least they're telling you they're going to hold on to your resume for
Yes.
future reference.
Yes,
in
that
case
was
they're
nice
looking
of them.
to fill another hole at some point.
In
And,
case they ever need an intern.
it's kind of encouraging. Maybe.
So you're a cord cutter.
Yes, I am.
I am a cord cutter.
I'm definitely a cord cutter.
So this doesn't apply to
I've
us
been-
directly.
I've
But
been
it-
cord free for at least 3 or 4 years now.
Oh, very good. Proud of you. I'm going on a year now, and it's liberating. I don't just sit and zone out in front of the TV nearly as much.
Well, I still do that. Well, don't get me wrong, I still do that, but I don't do it in front of cable TV
Right.
anymore.
So no commercials. So you're
Right.
commercial free zoning out.
So earlier this week, according to The Verge, FCC Chairman Tom Wheeler dropped a bomb on the cable television industry with his proposal to allow any manufacturer to create cable boxes that can access pay TV services. The FCC is calling this plan #Unlock the Box because one, competitive head-end navigation is a terrible name, and two, it learned from the net neutrality fight that no telecom company can apparently withstand the power of social media. That's clever. So basically, there have been rumbles about this sort of thing for a few weeks now, but basically nobody knew that it was coming as fast and soon as it did. Most of the companies we talked about it were still in a no comment mode when they were trying to sort things out. This is the reporter here saying that, and I unfortunately can't scroll around on this page, so I think that's about as far as I can. Oh, here we go. This is a big but the critical disagreement is how to speed up the rate of innovation in TV hardware and interface innovation. So this is kind of directly targeting that trouble right there. Cable boxes haven't changed for years,
Right.
for a long time, and meanwhile we've got this whole new paradigm of television delivery with things like Netflix and Hulu and the Roku boxes and things like that, and and entertainment systems. I watch everything through my PS4. So there's all these innovations happening in every other aspect of the TV experience, the multimedia TV experience, and yet cable box is the same as it was in 1995.
Right. You know what?
So that's kind of what's that?
Because it occurs to me, you have things like your Netflix and your Hulu and all that stuff's available on your Roku, and then you have what was the new one that launched where you could get Showtime and HBO Now and stuff. It was like 20 channels or something, and it was just
Is that Sling?
Sling TV.
Yeah.
What about? Because I could get Sling TV on my Roku, right? What if my cable company, Comcast, through whom I get my internet, also offered
Did a Roku box?
Also offered a
why the fuck
subscription
not,
service that was available on the Roku, so that if I wanted to add a premium channel or get some local stuff or whatever package I wanted that has all the things that I want. If I have a wild hair up my ass to someday watch regular TV again, I could get that package straight from them rather than getting it from another third party, all of it through my Roku or whatever box I chose to buy, my Apple TV or whatever.
Hey, you got me convinced.
Yeah.
I'm all for that.
But
then there'd be no point in cable anymore, to be honest. I mean, I think that's kind of the issue. They still want people to be signed up for cable. They want that dual income stream from every household. They want the cable and they want the internet.
Mm-hmm. And
they want to package them together and convince you that you have gotten a better deal paying $90 for both than $60 for one.
Mm-hmm. And paying on demand or what's come on with your words, fella.
Your broadcast television. I mean, what are you trying to get at?
No,
the things that you don't get with
it's
just
like
internet.
I want this channel, so I'm gonna buy just this channel, and I want this
packages?
other. Yeah, well, no,
TV
yeah.
packages?
Instead of packages, it's just freaking forget it. Whatever the word is, I can't. I'm not gonna find it while I'm trying to think about it. Regardless,
Yeah.
all of that pales in comparison to the $15 a month they want to charge you per box to rent that shit.
Yeah. And in kind of associated news, I did read yesterday that I think it was Comcast reported the best year that it's had in several years because it didn't lose more cable subscribers than it gained. So that was the first time in a while that's happened, which is kind of depressing to me, and I hope it's depressing to everybody else too, because it should be.
Oh, jeez. So on to actual fun stuff, though. And I'm not entirely sure why we care so much about Top Gear here on this show, but we have followed it since the beginning because we freaking love cars. And you know what else we love?
Great show.
We love Joey. Matt LeBlanc is going to be the new Top Gear presenter with Chris Evans on BBC's Top Gear. This is the British Top Gear from
that's
the
weird.
United
How
Kingdom.
you doing?
How you doing?
How you?
Do you think?
Except you got to do it in a British accent. How you? I don't know. I can't.
How do you cockney up
How you
the
doing?
New York?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing? Yeah. What is
yeah.
the British equivalent to the Brooklyn accent? It's got to be that really heavy Cockney stuff,
Cockney.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I just can't even imagine how to do that in my brain. So, what is Matt LeBlanc's? What's he got to offer here? Especially as a British guy.
Sorry. He was. Did you ever see the episode where he set the lap record in the reasonably
Oh, really?
priced
No,
car?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. The Kia Ceed. S-E''D. I don't know how to say it. Actually,
Is that the car that they have the celebrities come on?
that
and
was
use?
the reasonably priced car was a Kia Ceed.
Right. That's a reasonably
for a
reasonably
while.
priced car.
Yeah, and he set the lap record in that, and then when they upgraded it to the newer model, they flew him back and had him test it, and there was like a 5-minute scene or segment of him being driven to the airport in New York, flown to England, getting off the airplane, met in the lobby, driven to the track, going around the track, and then handing the helmet back to the guy and saying it's good, and leaving again. And that's pretty much all.
So they take his time and make that the established new mark to beat or something.
He needs a new job.
Yeah, he does need a new job.
And this one doesn't require him to act at all, which is probably good for them.
Did you know that this show that Top Gear has been on for 39 years?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, well, they brought it back in the 90s because it was a thing they did a long time ago, and then they reinvented it in the 90s with Jeremy Clarkson. They've been doing the Clarkson,
it's the car version of Doctor Who.
Yeah,
basically.
yeah. The Clarkson crew has been did it for 23 seasons.
Wow.
Yeah, or series, as they say. Yes. But meanwhile, at Amazon UK, and I don't have a link for anyone to follow this one, but Jeremy Clarkson and his crew, including producer Andy Willman and both his cohorts, James May and the other one, the little guy.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Oh my God, how am I?
I want to say Rick, but I know
Richard,
that's not right.
Richard? Is it Richard?
Richard, yeah.
Yeah. Have been given more money per episode and per season by Amazon UK to produce their new show than Netflix paid for House of Cards.
That
With
doesn't
Kevin
actually
Spacey.
surprise me because House of Cards has a very short shelf life, whereas clearly Top Gear can go the distance.
Yeah, but Kevin Spacey.
No, I get it, but you got Jeremy Clarkson and Richard and whatever the other guy is.
Richard Hammond.
James.
Richard Hammond, that's right.
Richard Hammond, that's right. So you've got all three of those guys who are all, among the guys, among the billions of people who watch. I don't know if it's billions, but among the millions and millions of people who watch.
Top Gear UK is the most watched TV show in the world, and it has been for a lot of
Really?
years. Yeah.
Really? I didn't know
For
that.
many years. Internationally, it is the most watched TV show in the world. And now they're talking about how the new host, Chris Evans, can't talk and drive a car at the same time. So they need to get their shit together, or Amazon's going to clean up
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if those three guys can pull the viewers along with them.
They've already got me. I don't even care
Yeah.
what they do.
No, I mean I agree. I will. When next time I'm in the mood to watch Top Gear, I'm gonna go watch whatever the name of their new show is.
I've got the Amazon Prime already. I won't pay a dime for it.
Yeah.
Already got me.
Yeah, me too.
So you ever see Cowboy Bebop? Back in the day?
I did. I've watched basically
loved Cowboy
every
Bebop.
episode of Cowboy Bebop, and I've seen. I think they also have a movie.
Yeah.
I love that show. Yeah.
It's a fantastic show, and there've been rumors and whispers in Hollywood for a long time that they were going to do a live action or an animated reimagining of it, but everyone said live action of Cowboy Bebop, and we have often speculated whom they might cast as Spike. Now we have an answer. It's the sheet of plywood known as Keanu Reeves.
Sheet of plywood. You're not a fan of Keanu Reeves?
I don't dislike Keanu Reeves. He is the most talented piece of wood in Hollywood.
Yeah.
He is whoa. Just whoa.
Yeah, he's not an incredible actor.
No,
certainly,
he doesn't
but,
have he doesn't have a depth to him. He does fine.
That actually works for this character because if you look at Spike, he doesn't show a lot of emotion.
I know, but there's got to be some subtlety in it too, because Cowboy Bebop is all about the subtle things.
I think it's a great cast. I think it's perfect.
I hope
honestly.
so. I'm not gonna say it's not.
The only way it would be better is if they had gotten Idris Elba. No, actually, Elijah before he would have been a decent pick. But
who?
How do you say his name? You know, the guy who plays the bad guy in Serenity.
Oh,
you know
that guy. Yeah, no, I like him a lot.
You need somebody who can pull off some badass martial arts.
Yeah,
that's one. And Keanu's obviously I think he's a little old for the character, but the guy's supposed to. He's not young, sprightly young guy.
Do you think
he's
Keanu got the role?
He's been around the block a few times.
Do you think Keanu got the role because of his deep voice and his ability to do kicks in the air like he did in The Matrix?
Well, and he's also kind of built like Spike. He's thin, lithe. He also has the same coloring. He can pull off the look. I think. He has a long history of martial arts. I mean, he did John Wick not too long ago, which I still haven't seen, but really want to. He also played the guy. What's that called? Some kung fu sort of movie not too long ago. So I think it's actually a really good cast. I'm excited about it, and I love the series. So I'm really excited about it.
You know what? I really, really want to watch Cowboy Bebop now, and the only way to do it is to buy it on Amazon. I'm really annoyed by that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's not. I guess it's not streaming anymore.
There's actually, because I looked on Netflix, and because I'm not a huge anime fan, it's hard for me to get into an anime, but I got sucked in a little bit to Knights of Sidonia. It's a Netflix original.
Yeah, I tried to watch that. I couldn't really get into it.
I'm a couple episodes in, and I don't hate it like I usually do with an anime. So I'm giving it because it's visually very pretty, and I'm tolerating all the rest of it, just trying to see where the story goes. So I don't know, give that a check out if you're.
Speaking of anime, they're kind of buried in here is a mention of Ghost in the Shell, which I think is one of the greatest animes of all time. They're apparently talking about making this into a movie that will be released in 2017, featuring Scarlett Johansson.
Ghost in the Shell?
That would be Ghost in the Shell.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's cool.
That would be amazing. Love to see that.
Yes.
I'd love to see a series of Ghost in the Shell movies, or even a mini, like a mini series, on TV.
That would be cool, like an HBO thing.
Yeah. So let somebody who can do it right.
Where we can get a little bloody.
Mm-hmm.
This back to Cowboy Bebop. This has to be an R-rated flick, doesn't it? I mean, does it actually have to be?
I would think so. You got.
I guess it doesn't. It doesn't really.
It could be PG-13. It'd have to be PG-13 at least.
Yeah. For sure.
Because it does flirt with some sort of taboo.
Did I lose you again? I think I lost you again. That internet, though. Are you back? Hello? You there? Oh my god, Skype. How's my internet? My internet is just fine. Are you back? Sit tight, everybody. Pause button's getting a lot of work this episode. Are we back?
Okay.
Hey!
Sorry. Hey. Okay. I don't know where we were before, but
I know exactly where you were, and I know exactly where I want you to start. I want you to start with the words. They do flirt with a lot of taboo. Blank is where you're going somewhere with that. So you're going to talk about them flirting with taboo things, and you're going to start with that sentence in 3, 2, 1, go.
They do flirt with some kind of taboo sexual subjects. I think if you look at the main female character, she's very busty
She's got the boobies.
I don't know, flamboyant isn't the word I'm looking for, but she kind of oozes sexuality. So I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if
she does. She does have a bit of a constant wedgie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Will undoubtedly be wearing some revealing outfits throughout the show.
Have they talked about casting anybody else?
I haven't seen any other casting, any other mentions.
I don't know of any kid actors who could do the kid.
Ed.
Ed, yeah.
Oh, the only two characters whose names I remember are Spike and Ed. I don't remember
the girl. Guy. The girl was Faye, and I don't remember the guy. But you know who could do that? Ving Rhames.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, Ving Rhames could do that, and
you know who else could do that?
Idris Elba.
Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel. He wouldn't do it though.
Did you see that they've announced they're going to do 3 more Fast and Furious movies?
Really?
We're going to get to 10.
Fast and Furious 10. You know what I want too? I want another Riddick movie.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm good with the Riddick movies.
No, Vin Diesel
the last one was kind of fun, but
badass and killing people with knives. That's what I want. And also, this is the part of the show where you get to look like less of a racist.
You know, I don't know how much less of a racist I'll look like, but yeah, the Joseph Fiennes being cast as Michael Jackson. I mean, I Michael Jackson's Thriller album was actually my very first musical experience that I really remember. That was I literally bought the album, a record album.
No way, on
young
vinyl?
enough. I was 5 years old.
Wow.
In 1984 or something like that, and or 1985. And my mom, I remember going to the music store with my mom, and she was like, "All right, pick out something." And I picked up Thriller.
Good job.
And I was a huge Michael Jackson fan when I was like 5-6 years old, and rightly so, because he was an amazing musician.
Oh yeah.
And
let's face it,
he was white.
Well, no, by the end of it, he totally was.
He started off black, but by the time I was listening to him at 5-6 years old, I mean, you saw that clip. We
Yeah,
just played a
yeah.
clip of Thriller
Yeah.
from the beginning of the show.
I'm
He
not
was
like
white.
other guys.
He was
Yeah,
I'm not like other guys.
yeah, he was a white female.
yeah.
At
But
this point.
he started out a black dude, ended up a white girl.
Mm-hmm.
And Joseph Fiennes could probably make that transition with the help of a lot of makeup. And
I don't think he needs that much makeup, dude.
not for the end of it. But
No,
the
I mean,
beginning
like,
of the
well,
movie.
I mean, how young are you gonna have Joseph Fiennes play? He's what, 40 something, 47 probably.
I don't know.
I mean, he's well into his 40s, got to be. So he can't play too young of a role. And this is supposed to be for a satirical movie. Let's see. This is from The Guardian. Joseph Fiennes has defended his decision to play Michael Jackson in an upcoming. Thanks for jumping around on me, page. Damn it. Upcoming comedy, despite a furor over the casting of a white British actor to play the role of a black American superstar. Fiennes told AFP-TV, whatever the fuck that is, on Thursday that he was, quote, shocked at being chosen for the role, surprise, but insisted that he had no qualms about taking on a wonderful role in what was just a satire. Fiennes plays Jackson in the upcoming Elizabeth, Michael, and Marlon, a short and surreal comedy produced by British pay TV channel Sky Arts, which imagines Jackson, Elizabeth Taylor, and Marlon Brando taking a road trip together in the immediate aftermath of the 9/11 attacks on New York.
Oh, we heard about this, didn't we?
Did we?
This was not this movie, but this like urban legend, like this fake story that says this happened.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I guess I'd forgotten if I'd ever heard about that.
No, I think we talked about it. Maybe we didn't. I don't remember. It was a thing though. I do know of this little urban legend that people said that this was a real thing. Yeah. In that story, I think he could totally be as white as the day is long, and it wouldn't.
Yeah,
really
I mean,
matter.
clearly it's going to be a farcical romp
Yeah.
of ridiculousness. Yeah, and I hear that they're going to have. Oh crap!
Who's gonna play Marlon Brando?
Shit. What's his name? The Kingpin.
Really?
I was gonna try to make a joke.
Oh,
about
you're
that.
just gonna be mean, you asshole. Vincent
What's his
D'Onofrio
Vinny D,
would
yeah.
probably be
Vinny
an
D is gonna
excellent.
play.
He would probably make
Marlon Brando.
Fat Vincent D'Onofrio
Fat-
would probably make an
Big
excellent
fucking
Marlon
badass.
Brando. Dude, shut up. He's great.
So bitter about that.
Why? Why?
I have
why?
more of a problem with Vinny D being the Kingpin than I do with either this or the Roland casting.
But really, Thriller on vinyl was your first.
Yeah, I still remember. On one side it's got Michael Jackson looking all badass, and the other side it's him stretched out on a white tiger rug.
Right. No, the first album I ever bought for myself was Dookie, and it was a CD.
Dookie. Oh, was that?
It was Green Day.
Oh shit! It's like, what's the name of that
It
band?
was Green Day. Green Day.
Green Day.
Green
That's
Day.
it. Yeah.
And that was.
No, and I had that one, and the first CD that I remember buying is like, maybe Nirvana or Pearl Jam, one of those.
I did buy 10 by Pearl
Yeah.
Jam, and obviously everyone bought Nevermind. Everyone bought Nevermind.
Every single human being.
And
who's alive.
every single person in the world also bought Yourself or Someone Like You by Matchbox 20.
Yeah, I don't think I ever. Actually, no, I did own a Matchbox 20 album at some point.
3 a.m. I
Some
must be
future.
lonely. Hey,
Saw them live at one point. They're actually pretty good live.
Yeah.
I remember enjoying them live more than I enjoy their music generally.
they were one of the more unique acts to come out of the 90s. Do you want to do top
Hey,
five?
you know what?
Do you want to do top
It's
five?
time for movies.
It's time for top 5. So, it's been 7 weeks since The Force Awakens came out. 7
thought you could say It's been
weeks.
7 weeks since the last time we did this.
It's been 7 weeks since the last time we did this. It's also been 7 weeks since the last time, since The Force Awakens came out. So it makes perfect sense that we're doing this now. In its first week on the chart, it made $41.2 million. Kung Fu Panda 3.
80 and 88%.
Good.
I kind of want to see this.
I like Kung Fu Panda.
I'll wait for it.
I'm
but
not
I
seeing it in the
enjoy,
theater.
I enjoyed the Kung Fu Panda movies.
Indeed, yeah.
I'm excited about that.
Mhm. That was
and
Ian.
those are pretty good reviews for a movie that it's on its third round.
The voice of the tiger in the first one was Ian McShane.
I have no idea who that is.
Well, he was amazing. He's a British actor. He was Blackbeard in the Pirates of the Caribbean shitty fourth movie, but he was great in it. Never mind. In its 6th week on the chart, it made $12.7 million for a total thus far of $138.5 million. The Revenant.
Starring Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hardy, 83 and 86%.
Good.
And the big winner on Oscar night, right?
Yeah. I'm glad this movie's doing well and is awesome. Have you seen it yet? Have you seen it yet?
No. I have not.
Are you you're just saving all your money for a Deadpool?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Deadpool
adventure.
like 16 times next week.
Well, I can just imagine you getting you like usually when you go to a movie, you get your tickets, you get your popcorn and a drink. I imagine you going to Deadpool with just a costume and popcorn and candy and drinks and a
bunch
slushy.
of guns and swords.
Yes,
it's gonna be great.
Yeah,
Nobody's gonna have a problem with that.
Nope, and you're just gonna buy out the whole row so you can sit there by yourself with your feet up.
I'm gonna lay out on my side like he lays in that because he's basically doing the Michael Jackson pose on the tiger rug that was on the Thriller album.
I do just imagine you laying there and just sort of clutching yourself and swinging a sword around and going Deadpool.
Yeah, and along with all the other people who are going to be doing exactly the same thing in the theater, because this is going to bring out a bunch of weirdos.
It's going to be 14 people in the entire movie theater, all of them dressed as Deadpool.
No, fuck that. There's going to be a lot of people who go see this. This is kind.
Well, I meant because you're all going to buy each row.
Well, their marketing campaign has kind of like. It's done something that's never been done before, and I think this is going to be. I'm trying to manage my expectations, of course, which I talk about. All
I
the
hope
time,
you're not disappointed because you're a bigger Deadpool fan than me. I'm a casual fan.
I was a huge Deadpool fan back in the day, and so I'm really excited. And I said this before, and I'll say it a million times more. Ryan Reynolds is perfect for that role.
Born for this role.
Yes, born for it indeed. And
he's already done it.
Yeah, no,
he has. He was, but they
No.
didn't do it right.
That wasn't Deadpool.
It was
other thing
It was
that
it was the pre-Deadpool.
Trying to shoehorn into a Wolverine movie.
I know, but he
fell so fucking flat.
I know, but he already acted the part as much as they let him, and he was perfect in that bit role that they put him in. And if they just let him go nuts,
I don't
with
count it though because it's bullshit and it was terrible and it was a waste of.
That really hurt your feelings. That movie,
great. Huh?
That movie really hurt your feelings, didn't it?
Yeah, I was pissed off about that because I didn't know when I went to see it. I didn't know that Deadpool was in it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I could see that. Really, you went. Oh, you saw that in the theater?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm so sorry.
I mean, it was a billion years ago now.
Yeah.
So who remembers? But I remember being super disappointed in the treatment that they gave him. And
speaking of a billion years ago, in its 7th week on the chart, having domestically grossed $895.7 million and still making $11 million a week, Star Wars The Force Awakens.
Yeah, is this now the longest or the most money any movie? How much? Are there any other movies who have ever done anything?
It's made $2 billion worldwide. Yeah,
okay,
I'm pretty sure.
Record
I'm pretty sure that
groundbreaking.
was. I'm pretty sure it broke the record. Yeah. I'm not sure. I
still
will
at
have to
92
confirm that.
and 90% critics and users.
Dude,
so.
critics really like it too. That's good for
that's
them.
Impressive.
In its first week on the chart, made $10.2 million. The Finest Hours. What's this one about?
This is your lopsided ear friend, your little love interest, Chris Pine and
Skinny
Casey
Legs.
Affleck,
Yeah,
the Nightwing, I guess.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
That's the big boat movie
Uh-huh. Right.
with the waves and
The waves and the things with the... Yeah. Okay.
Casey Sherman and Michael J. Tugias' book detailing a daring 1952 Coast Guard rescue off the New England seaboard comes to the screen in this Disney film produced by Jim Whittaker. 59 and 72%.
Wow. Critics don't like it.
No, not huge fans.
Also, no, sorry, not in its first week. In its third week, this hot trash, Right Along 2, it's made $70 million so far.
13% critics, 56% users. This is the Kevin Hart Ice Cube duo.
What are you doing, Ice Cube? What are you doing?
How are we already on Right Along 2? There's already been one of these.
Yeah.
4 previously.
Yeah, it was like last year or a couple of years ago. And that one was just as bad. I guarantee you, this is no worse of a movie.
Yeah.
Terrible.
That's depressing.
It's terrible.
Oh, you can't say that. Fucking racist.
No, I'm just making fun of Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
It's terrible. Corey's not coming today.
Bad, though.
I'm very sad.
Sure,
I just
no idea. We'll never see it, but I'm sure it's bad.
So you're missing the comic nerd today. We're all very sad. We're gonna have to work out probably a new schedule with him because
Damn it, Corey.
I know. Well, he went down to California to do that whole film school thing, trying to make something amazing out of his life, while we just waste away here and do this shitty show.
How dare you move on and do something with your life?
He moved to California and he's been in a casting call already. He hit the ground running doing this Hollywood thing. So proud of him.
It doesn't surprise me. Good on you.
Good on you, Corey. And,
Meanwhile, boop, boop, boop.
It's this.
I used to be an adventurer like you.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I know. I got you with this one.
You don't want to just skip the whole section?
No, I don't want to skip it because Twitch will get mad. So I've been playing a new game.
Twitch will not notice. What?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure no one at Twitch is watching, but on the off chance that they are,
yeah,
we're doing Vigi games. Been playing a new game. It's not groundbreaking. It's not new, and it's not even that well made, but it's a ridiculously cheap bit of massive splody fun. It's called Rebel Galaxy. And this is the experience I've been having with it. It's you fly around. This is leading to something. I'm not just talking about shit for no reason. The mechanics of the game are it's 3D space, but you only have control over 2 dimensions. Basically, all the capital ships like yours, the big ships that you're flying around, you own a ship, you do stuff, you fly around, go to missions, you dock at stations, blow shit up. Lots and lots of fun. You have control over your ship on a 2-dimensional plane, and fighter ships and other things like smaller vessels can go around, fly up and around you, and so you have to control the turrets, and you shoot big broadside cannons, and it's explosions and lens flares and things, and there's this dirty blues soundtrack that sounds like this. That's some blues.
I could only hear that for a second, but it sounds pretty cool. I like that funky blues kind of horns. Sounds like something that Morning Porty would do.
Yeah, it's Blues Saraceno is actually a lot. They pilfered a lot of that stuff. It's some Pumpin' Irony and Evil Ways, and there's a song here by a group called The Dirty Diary. I'd never heard of them before. It's called Goddamn Better, and it's awesome. It's a lot of fun, and it's so much fun. It's not a good game by game mechanics, and if you were giving awards, it shouldn't win any awards, but it's cheap, dirty, quick fun, which has been great for me because I've been deathly ill and trying to deal with a family that's also deathly ill, so I haven't had time to commit to it.
Rebel Galaxy, is it set in the Star Wars universe at all?
No. You're based. You're just a space outlaw doing space outlaw shit and pirating things or working with a militia, and it's basically Firefly in a capital pirate ship with guns, and it's super fun, and it's all held together by this sort of half-assed thrown together story where there's an artificial intelligence and it's in a relic that your crazy aunt outlaw sent to you, and it's the most watered down bad story ever, but it holds some stuff together, so it's necessary. But when you compare the fun you can have with a game like that, where it's just cheap
Sure.
and dirty, to a game like Fallout or a game, I don't know what's a real Dragon Age, something real story heavy that you're into, that the story drives you to keep playing, as opposed to, God, I gotta blow up one more ship so I can get the money to buy these new cannons and do it again. How important is that to you when you're deciding what you're gonna do with your time?
It kind of depends on what I'm in the mood for. I mean, I'm still working. I'm almost done with Fallout 4. I'm on like the second to last or the last mission, basically. I just haven't quite started it yet.
So you're in
because
the
I know
Institute.
that the end's coming up.
You're in the Institute. Then.
I haven't. I am like about to enter the Institute. Okay. Yeah. Or I just got the thing to teleport into the Institute. Right. So I haven't quite finished that yet, but I do enjoy the storyline there. But sometimes I don't feel like doing anything with the storyline at all. I mean, that's one of the things I really like about the Rainbow Six series that I've been playing, the new Rainbow Six game, is that there is zero story, none whatsoever.
Really? I thought there was like a.
You're just like it's you and 4 other guys against 5 guys. It's 5-on-5 every time.
So it's all online?
No, I mean.
There's no campaign mode or anything?
It's supposed to be. You can do what they call situations, where which are really just kind of supposed to train you on how to play.
Gotcha.
And they're fairly difficult, and you have to do them by yourself. And you can play. So there's multiplayer, which is 5-on-5 in different situations where you either recapture a captive, or disarm a bomb, or just kill everybody, or whatever. And then there's also terrorist hunt, where where you and 4 other guys are playing against AI baddies.
Gotcha.
But that's kind of what I like about that, is that there's no story to get caught up in, that you just go in and grind out some first-person shooter kind of excitement.
So you like it then one way or the other. You like the story to either grab you by the nuts and shake you, or to be completely non-existent. Is that accurate?
I don't know. I mean, because I've also I'll play Skyrim. I play Elder Scrolls Online. I haven't played it in several months now, but I used to play that, and the story was kind of. I mean, it's not as story driven as I felt like the original Skyrim was.
Right.
So what I wound up doing a lot was just putting on something on the computer on the side and playing the game with the sound off.
Yeah. Well, don't act like you didn't do that with Skyrim, though. I know you were listening to podcasts.
I did that with Skyrim, but
TV.
I actually waited until I didn't start doing that until I created my second character.
I also know for a fact you never killed Alduin.
Yes, I never finished the original Skyrim.
Just because you didn't want it to end.
Yes, exactly. I probably created 4 different characters over the time period that I played it, but I never did finish it.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing too, is that because if you're gonna give me a story, I feel like you should try a little bit. And that's
I want a good story. Yeah.
This game doesn't really try. I mean, it's like it picked plot elements out of a bowl and then just threw them at the computer. So it's just sort of hackneyed and thrown together because they were told they needed a story, probably. But in this case, it doesn't usually work for me, but in this case it does, because my brain sort of fills in the narrative gaps so much as it likes to, based on how I'm playing the game, because I've tended to become a bit of a mean old pirate, and so I do mean things for mean reasons, and it's fun for me to just make shit up. But
Unless you be the jerk you actually can't be in real life.
Exactly. And So it doesn't really bother me in this game, but a lot of times if I feel like I'm playing a story that no one actually gave a crap while they were writing it, that sort of puts me off. So I'm
I can see that.
I'm like
that.
you in a lot of ways. In that way that it's like I either want a good story or don't even bother. But in this case, it didn't really bug me. If you're looking for something like that, go ahead and check out Rebel Galaxy. It's on Steam. It's 30% off right now. I think 13 or 14 bucks, and it's worth it. It's really worth it to have a good internet connection. Driving a man to drink. Oh, Bill, you need better internet. It's a good thing we're not on a time crunch today.
Okay.
Hey, you're back.
All right. Let's skip ahead and let's skip the two middle robot stories. Let's just do Perfect Noodles and Artificial Skin.
Perfect Noodles. We're skipping Bionic Eyes.
Yeah, we do Bionic Eyes all the time. Think about all the Bionic Eyes stories we've done over the years.
Okay, and because I made a bit of a rage yell when I lost you last time, and then I immediately paused it, so I'm just gonna have you come back and say, "I'm back." Okay.
Okay.
And I'm back. All right. In 3, 2, 1.
And I'm back.
Oh, good. What the hell with your internet, bro?
Is it me? Are you sure it's me?
Dude, it's me. I keep checking my thing. I'm hardwired into a 100 megabit connection. I'm fairly certain at this point it's not me.
You probably have less issues with throttled internet than I do. I know as I've noticed that like at peak times during the day that my internet gets terrible.
Yeah, well, would you consider 10 minutes to 7 in the PM to be a peak time for internet in Pullman? Probably?
On Friday, yeah, I think so. Well, I mean, people are getting home from school, getting home from work, and they're all getting online, and it's a big university, area.
Yeah. Well, and everybody needs to masturbate too, so.
Right. Yeah, you gotta rub one out before your Friday night. Make sure that you're not all pent up.
I bet that's really, really close.
It helps
to
when
accurate.
you're trying to talk to women if you're not thinking about sex.
It does, but
that's what I hear at least.
It
doesn't work for me. But
so, you know what? We're just going
no
to
trouble.
We're just gonna,
You hit some gravel. As time starts to unravel, what once was a chip is now a...
Is that you on your end or mine?
That's me. I
okay.
hate Tech Insider with a fiery passion because there's no way to shut up their video while it's yelling at me. But it's time for this.
Beep boop boop.
Have you ever wanted to have noodles?
Dude, I was just thinking about how cool it would be to have a robot that prepared stuff in a restaurant like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
It's a great idea.
Behind a pretty cool glowy see-through window so you could watch the robots make your food for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly like in this video that we're watching right now. If I could find a mute switch. So I'm not going to hit play. Maybe. Yeah, there it is. Mute. There we go. Robots are in charge of the restaurant. It's pretty cool. There's two of them. One of them boils the noodles. The other one makes the soup. And that's pretty much it.
It's Japan, obviously.
It's Japan,
because only
but
in Japan.
They should. I hope not, dude. I hope that robot soup makers end up on every street corner in America's major cities. I would love to go down to there's a pho joint called It's For You, and if just
Pho, why is it that pho restaurants always have the silly names? Like I know there's one somewhere in Seattle. I think it's in Seattle called the Pho King.
yeah, it's the Pho King.
Yeah.
I've actually been there. I've been to the Pho
Yeah.
King, and it's
Is it the best pho?
it's good. It's all right. I mean,
And now I want
I don't have a whole lot of references for pho as food. I know I like it. I just haven't had enough of it to say this is good pho.
Well, Japan is the first one also
The cost
to
of everything
God
has gone up
the
dramatically over the last 75 years.
hotel run by robots, right?
Damn this website. Yes, I'm gonna close the website.
Yeah, they don't have anything written there. It's like here's a video of a robot that's creating noodles. So it's just I think it's kind of an interesting idea. Like they've already got a hotel that's totally
Yeah.
run by robots. Now they've got restaurants that are going to be like they could have a whole city or something
Yeah.
like that's run by robots.
Do
That'll
robots make food in the restaurant, or I mean in the hotel?
Yeah, exactly. And you could have think about how cheap your labor would be for an entire city.
Well, yeah,
That
no,
could
and
be
you
a
would
tourist trap for weirdos who want to go to see Japan's
your
robot
your
city.
entire labor force would just be mechanics.
It would be like you know how at the end of the Matrix, Neo is going to the robot city. It'll be like that.
Spoiler. I'm gonna go to the robot
The
city.
robot homeworld.
Whoa. Robots rule the world. I should have taken the blue pill.
And then we've also got you've got something to press before we get to this.
I do have to press this.
Fascinating. Impressive.
Inconceivable.
So I used the video that you posted up there to find actual stuff about Integra. A dermal skin replacement made out of meshed composite graft and in a like a gelatinous sort of thing that you use instead of bandages.
It's gooey.
It's gooey and it sticks.
It looks gooey at least.
Well, it is. It's got to be. It's fake skin. It's actual. It's like it's skin-like stuff, and it seals up the wound. The reason bandages don't really work very well on burn victims is because they can't seal out all the stuff. With burns, they have a tendency to get infected and tear back open because it's you're always moving and this skin, this fake dermal replacement prevents that from happening. And this is saving
I remember
lives.
a few years ago they were really excited for this spray-on stem cell thing that was supposed to be turned into skin cells, and it would just spray over a burn site on the person's body, and it would immediately create a layer of what basically constituted real human skin, just skin that had been developed from stem cells.
Right. No, this is super cool, and it's saving lives, dude. Where's this the statistical thing? I lost it, but these poor people, and like when
see, it's got the results right here. The one-step procedure
is.
applied to meshed autograft Integra composite graft accelerated wound closure by 6 to 19 days, compared to a two-step procedure. At 3 months post-grafting, the contraction of the healed wound dressed with SNDC, whatever this is, was reduced by 13 to 16% following the one-step procedure compared with the two-step procedure. The one-step procedure allowed the expansion of the autograft. I don't know what any of this means, but it sounds like closing faster by 6 to 19 days was what I took out of that.
Another of the awesome things about it is that it allows new skin to grow without forming scars. So even if you do manage to survive that horrific explosion, you're going to be permanently scarred and suffer for that for the rest of your life. But in this case, that diminishes that up to 35% of full thickness of your skins, because you end up with like thin spots or thick spots because it's scar tissue and it's all messed up. But
well, and you know what else is awesome about this is that at some point during the process where the scientists were working on this thing and coming up with it, and somebody took a sheet of this bandage skin thing, whatever,
Mhm.
right, and cut some holes in it and put it over their face and went, Clarice. Clarice, I ate it with a bottle of his liver with a bottle of Chianti. Right?
Yeah,
Like,
someone had to do
it's
that.
just like a gross skin
Yeah,
gel thing.
yeah, but I don't know. I'm proud of scientists doing this stuff, and it's good things we're doing in the medical community. When we're not doing brain transplant or head transplants on monkeys and shit, we're actually doing useful things. Did you hear about that? We talked about that. We talked about that. We had to have talked about that.
The brain transplant? Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, that's right. I don't think we did. I think that happened in the 2 weeks.
Yeah, it was
that we missed.
this ridiculous Eastern European doctor who cut off the head of a monkey and stuck it onto another monkey. And
Hang on,
that's
let's do a quick search.
that's
'Cause
science.
you're right. We do need to talk about the monkey head transplant. There we go. News. First head transplant successfully carried out on monkey.
Indeed.
It's from
That's
the Telegraph.
all. Like there's no news about it except people in the scientific community saying this is probably bunk. Basically, the monkey lived for a minute or two, and then they killed it with euthanasia because basically it was in horrific pain and paralyzed, but it was working the necessary functions of the body.
Well, good for them.
Yes.
Carried out by scientists in China.
Oh, was it China? I thought it was.
Yeah.
Well, cause
No, you'd think it would be some random, but China is, completely unregulated. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
Maybe
in China.
maybe it was some sort of Eastern European or Russian doctor who had gone to China because that was the only place.
He's the one who wants to do it on humans.
Right.
Surgeons have claimed to have carried out the first head transplant on monkey ahead of plans to attempt the controversial procedure on a human by the end of next year. Italian professor Sergio Canovero, not Russian, Italian.
Yeah.
And researchers at the Harbin Medical University in China posted pictures of the creature whose head appears to have been grafted onto the body of another animal. Stitches can clearly be seen surrounding the neck, which looked entirely severed. Connected the blood supply to prove that the animal could survive without suffering brain injury. They have not yet attempted to join the spinal cord, so if the animal survived, it would be completely paralyzed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. As
And
far
then
as I
they
know,
killed
nobody knows how to fix a spine.
Yep, that one's
So-
still eluding us. That's a stem cell
That's
problem.
kind of the one of the key things that you need to.
Well, gosh, episode 64 in the books, son. If you're still listening, what is the matter with you? But if you liked it, enjoyed the show, go on iTunes or somewhere else, wherever you consume this media, and talk about something with us. Give us a rating. 5 stars. We love 5-star ratings.
Yeah, give us a rating. That's what we really care about.
That is
the
what we
rating-
care about.
What those 5 stars.
The ratings and the downloads. Was it download
give us,
twice,
give us
listen
any
once.
less than 5 stars, then don't.
Yeah, we don't even, we won't want you. 1-star reviews.
Go away.
1-star reviews from 4-star givers. Is that right?
What?
Everyone who's going to give us 4 stars now gives us 1 star. Because screw those guys. They don't deserve my 4 stars. Never mind. Thanks to Libsyn for the bandwidth. All the members of
No
the
idea what
network
you're talking about.
for their
But,
contributions.
either way,
Me
thanks
and
for
Bill.
joining us.
Great Pacific for our theme music. You can hear that right now. Everyone for tuning in at home. We're back and better than ever. Send your feedback to northwesternnetwork@gmail.com. Find us on Twitter and on Facebook. Come say hi. Hey, Bill. It's been real. We got through it, through all the technicals.
Yeah, made it.
We did. And your hot water heater works again.
And I've got hot water. You can hear Chloe's taking a bath right now.
Excellent.
And
Your
she did scream like it was really cold, so I'm assuming we have hot water.
Excellent. Well, your plumbing works. My plumbing works. Everybody's
Your
plumbing.
internal plumbing.
My plumbing. You see what I did there? That was a poop
Yeah.
joke. Definitely a poop joke.
You gotta end it out on a poop joke.
You do. Hey, Bill. I love you.
All right. Love you, buddy. Bye.
How I desperately pray. Glue and string, cut it down to all its size, mold it like origami with neat needle and thread. Stitching the patches again. Glue and string, cut it down to all its size, mold it like origami with needle and thread. Stitching the patches again and 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 again.
Hey, I'm gonna send you something right now.
Right now?
Just a link. You should watch this.
Okay. Can I end the show
No,
first?
this is awesome.
Can I end the show first?
Yes, you can end the show.
All right. Well,
Fuck the show. Just let it run. We'll just let it run until the next show starts.
Not here to talk to them. You are the hand chosen by the master.
Okay, go. Go now. You can talk now.
Oh, I just sent you a link in Skype.
Stuff. Everyone who's still here can join us as well on this drone footage. Video will play.
Yeah, this is the real. This is what Fallout really is like.
This is what now?
Fallout looks like in real life.
Oh.
This is drone footage of the city of Homs in Syria.
Damn.
It's a city that's supposed to have like 2 million people in it, and it's just piles of rubble.
There's children playing. That's
I
good.
think those are the people with the drone.
Oh.
I think those 3 people are the only people in the city.
Why? What happened here? Bombs.
This is
obviously.
where the rebels were trying to hold out, and where ISIS was fighting, and where it's like I think it's where like the combination of ISIS, the rebels, and the Assad regime just were clashing over and over and over again for like 4 years, and now the city's just there's nothing left for anybody to. There's no reason for anybody to stay because it's beyond repair. Anyway, there was no way to like work that into the show really.
No,
but I thought it was fascinating enough. You might I don't know if get a kick out of it is the right word.
No, it's not the right word, but you're right. No, I'm glad to have seen it.
I mean, having just played Fallout, you can't help but kind of appreciate that sort of level of destruction.
Indeed.
That's like the real deal right there. Anyway, I gotta run. I gotta take a shower, and Chloe and I are gonna go to dinner here in a little bit.
Stank ass.
It's a good time.
What the hell is playing?
We'll do it next week.
Yes, we will. And I will see about figuring out when Corey is more available for stuff, because he's all big shot in Hollywood now, so it's I don't know. Think about trying to move days, maybe if Saturdays work better. I don't know, but I hope it doesn't.
Well, Saturday is like my one actual day off now.
You don't have because sometimes you have Friday.
Well, I have Friday off, but I will always kind of inevitably wind up having to do something.
Yeah.
On Friday, so Saturday is like my one day, and I kind of plan on at least for the remainder of the ski season, occasionally at least going skiing on Saturdays.
All right. Well, I'll see how his schedule shakes out, because he's sort of it's like I guess it's sort of a nightmare this week, but maybe it's going to shake out next week.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, see if Friday closer to noon like we normally do
right.
is
exactly.
more doable.
For sure. Okay.
Okay.
Right. Hey, it's been real.
Yeah,
I've
love it,
got
buddy.
significant editing to do on this, so it'll be later tonight before it gets up.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about it.
All right, killer.
All right.
Take
Okay,
it easy.
Cool, later.
Bye.
Later, buddy.
And that is that. It's been real, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. What the hell did we even talk about? What's the name of this show? Probably something about poop, toilets, body functions, because you gotta have that. If you have any suggestions, hit me on Facebook with it. At facebook.com/NWNerdNetwork. Take it easy, kids. Love you. Bye-bye.